not comply. Words to live by from the Daily Mojo.
The fight is very difficult, and I gotta say, I'm glad you mentioned the Michigan law. I think every conservative should go there and make sure that we misgender and say some things that make people feel uncomfortable so that we can get prosecuted for it. Why? Because look, number one, the most important way that we delegitimize a lot of this stuff is by simply saying we're going to delegitimize by not following it. You don't follow it. If enough people stop paying the taxes and so forth, they're going to stop trying to force us. They won't have a choice. But number two, this has to be dealt with in court so it doesn't multiply.
The problem is we've now seen what they do to people who go to Washington to protest what they deemed a stolen pie eating contest, as Brandon Morse calls it. And, you know, you end up getting put under the jail, and you don't get a chance to get into court and defend yourself in a reasonable period of time. So they've thrown enough tax down in the road that people are afraid to even walk through there. But
let's remember something. We didn't get this country for free, right? We had to beat the world's largest naval power. We had to beat the biggest empire at the time. Like this was not the corrupt Washington, D.C. police. This was not Governor Whitmer, who, by the way, is so lovely, although I do think she's beautiful, but she's so lovely that her husband ran away from her in the during COVID and got on a boat. Let's just remember that. Right. We're not talking about that. We were talking about the biggest naval power and biggest military power in the world. That's how we got the country. So if we're going to defend our freedom, and we know history tells us that freedom does not stick around, it has to be defended, then we have to do these things. We have to let the politicians know, number one, we won't accept it. And number two, if you want to take us to court, look, we're going to be there. We're going to be there with both legal barrels. And you know what? Even beyond us, there's going to be a whole hundreds of thousands of people outside who are also not going to be following your unconstitutional laws.
Freedom cost $1.05.
Yeah.
That was what Team America told us.
Look, go to freedomworks.org. If you're not happy with a lot of the things that you're seeing today, and this is one of them now, well, we don't do, obviously, work on child trafficking. What we do is work on educating people to be more effective and able to connect with others and policymakers. So you can take the skills we teach you and help with the issues that matter to you. And this is most certainly one that should matter to you. So freedomworks.org, sign up to join Freedom Teams, do it today. And yes, check out the People's House. July 24th, 2023 is the premiere. 25th, it'll be available widely. If you're in the DC area or nearby, we want you to come on the 24th, see us, join us for the premiere. It'll be great. By the way, there's a special someone you know that's in the movie. He's pretty handsome. He's sitting right here. All right. Just a little bit of shameless promotion.
Do not comply. Words to live by from the Daily Mojo.